Hello, everybody, and welcome back to everyone's favorite time of their week, their Friday tea time.
Friday tea time live, Teddy. We are here. We are in. I can touch you.
Look at this.
Wild what we're doing here today.
Wow, and it's actually Friday.
And it's actually
For the first
Friday
time.
too. We've done a lot of Mondays,
We did,
the occasional Sunday, one Wednesday morning. That
Wednesday
was
morning.
wild.
We did a Wednesday morning, so
My coworkers were a little concerned, but then became fans of tea time after because of it.
See, it's all about growing the brand, growing the game,
Growing that rookie subscription membership.
Absolutely. Just make sure you smash that rookie subscription.
Smash it like everyone did to Ottawa this year. That's the first of many Canadian jokes. I apparently am getting a little bit of hate for that, but
Can we throw a little out for
you know, we'll get more into that. But
cheers
Teddy,
first.
cheers to making it back to Howard County. Delicious.
We're gonna throw the rest out for Ottawa.
Rest out for Ottawa, League
Cleveland,
City,
and
Cleveland,
League City.
right there. There we go. So sad that they didn't make it here this year, but we did pretty good this year. Nick Love might disagree, but a lot of people were pretty happy with our predictions. You put some great lines out there at the beginning of the season.
Thank you. Some bad ones.
Some not
good
so
ones.
great ones. Leanne Dillman's here live to definitely judge us for the undershot that we did for her.
Yeah, another reason to come here live, you get to see the pregame shenanigans. She was living. She was not happy about it.
Also, gotta say, the crowd here just absolutely.
Electric.
The line is wrapped around. Like,
I wish you guys could see this.
You gotta
I
get
literally
here. You
cannot
gotta
see.
get down here. This crowd is absolutely massive.
It's
Keep it down. Keep it down. We're trying to get a show done here,
Thank
folks.
you to Visit Howard County. Thank you to Saluna Cochina.
To Eric.
To Eric especially.
Visit Howard County.
This place is absolutely rocking. You cannot get a drink inside. The bartender won't see you.
We had
It's
plenty
packed.
of drinks though, so we're in good shape. Let me get a little refill going. And Teddy, why
Yeah.
don't you talk about some of the predictions we did this year?
Sure. All right, Ty. So we had a funny little discussion beforehand where, depending on which way you cut it, I had the better season predicted.
But the funny thing is I also thought I had the better season prediction. So I think that's just 2 wins for us, right?
We're gonna count that as a couple of wins, one over here,
Couple of W's.
Couple of W's.
No L's today when we've made it this far, when truly I didn't think we were going to make it to week 2, let alone Howard County Championships. It's great to be here, but yeah, let's get into those predictions.
Yeah, so let's see. So I went through every game that we predicted. So I watched every episode back last night. I didn't have them all memorized. Did you? Maybe
So
have-
I did also watch every episode, and I didn't do it last night, so I had to do it on 2x speed this morning before my boss got to work. So maybe that's why we had some differing numbers when calculating our predictions, giving us a little bit of difference, but I'd love to hear what you got.
I'm sure it was 100% accuracy. So I looked at every game of every series. So if I said 2-1 for, let's say, League City, I would put down 2 wins for League City and 1 for Kansas City, something like that. Whatever I predicted. I could look up the game, but I'm not going to.
It's there, I promise.
It's all here. It's all here. And then, Tyler, you said you looked at just series predictions.
And really, by looking, it was just listening to what we were saying and kind of what we agreed was a loss and a win. But don't worry, I have a little bit of a Tyler math going right now. So,
My favorite kind of math.
and it's Emerson math as well. So, for those who don't know, Emerson College, beautiful, small little art school. Very easy to test out of the one math class. I was good at math once, then I wasn't anymore because of Emerson. So, looking at the numbers we have, musings of a madman right here, I went through basically our series predictions, whether who we thought was going to get the win or not. Sometimes our series were a little bit more predictable than others. You got 9 for 11 losses, 9 wins, 11 losses in series predictions. I got 12 and 8. However, you'd say, Tyler, you had some crazy predictions, like motivating Washington to beat Charlotte.
Yeah.
So, I had to give myself a win for that. And, there were a couple other wins I had to give myself for, like being the only pundit in the entire league that doesn't have a League City podcast. So, besides any of that, I am the only person that picked any League City victory over Austin. No one predicted 2. I'm giving myself a win for that, so that's another win for me. I did get censored, so that's a loss for me. I'm accountable. I'm accountable. And then I said Max was going to lead the team to victory against New York if they were going to win, but then it was really just all of the beaters. So like half a win, because all the beaters stepped up, and
All right, so if my math is right, you're at 14 and a half and 9.
14 and a half. Oh no, because I subtracted the losses when I gave myself the wins.
So it was a double.
I am actually 14 and a half and 6 and a half. So yeah, because it would be 5 and a half, but again, I got censored. Thank you.
Again,
Emerson math, baby. It's about how you feel.
We love the math there. As for what really happens, I predicted.
Nick, you're gonna love this. You're gonna love this right here.
For every single game that happened this season, I calculated all of our predicted records and how it would have shaped out for the actual standings. I can tell you what, we both predicted Ottawa exactly correct.
Sorry.
I predicted San Antonio exactly correctly, believe it or not.
There you go.
Not necessarily in the right order, but when you add them all up, 10-2 is 10-2, baby. So at the end of the day, my absolute value difference from what actually happened in terms of win totals for every team all summed up was 14. All the games that were played this year, I was only off by 14 games. Ty, you were also close. Emerson math or not, you are at 24 games off.
So is this like a thing where it's golf where the lower number's better?
The lower number is better. Yeah, and this one, the lower number is better. That's what they pay me for. But because I went to a school for real math, shout out to RPI kids in the back. What I can guesstimate about why that is because you're a hype man, you're a motivator, you give back to the community, and what you did was when you took a swing on a series, it was a big swing.
I do recall on 2x speed this morning seeing myself convince myself that League City was going to sweep a few teams, and they drastically let me down.
Yeah.
Which there's 4 right there. So.
Yeah. So that's what I would say is basically when I was off on a series, even if I was 9 wins and 11 losses, I was off by a game. If you were off on a series, you were off by at least 2. But one little fun fact about that, you also predicted New Orleans' record exactly correctly, but you predicted where they would fall in the standings wrong. So you had them at 4 and 8, but you had Austin, San Antonio, and then League City above them with Kansas City missing championships. As we all know, America's team proved us wrong on that. You're welcome. You're welcome, Kansas City, and the whole state of this.
Man, we just got to talk about Kansas City for a second, because what a season they had. I remember talking about the bad luck bug. They were just absolutely hitting every branch on the way down, it seemed like, on every single series they played. No good luck. They get a getaway game on Sunday. It kind of starts the gears, getting things moving, and they did exactly what they needed to do. Like, what a way to come into champs.
No, that is like, all things aside, that's an American dream right there. That's pulling yourself up by your bootstraps. The mental toughness to be 0-8 to start the season, and you're, like you said, a getaway game. It would have been so easy to roll over. Hey guys, we'll get them next year, basically. And instead, they were able to dial in, look each other in the eyes in practice, and know, like, we are not going to mess up when we get our last chance. They practiced hard for a month. They come out. They shocked what many dubbed, including us, America's team, and they won all 3 when they had to. So that's just incredibly impressive. Hats off. If I had a hat, it would be way off to Kansas City. Well done, and I'm excited we'll get to predictions later, but I'm excited to see how they're going to turn out this weekend, because I think it's going to be good.
No, I'm a little nervous for whoever's in their way. I really wouldn't want to play them. I think we're going to move on to our report card and tiers.
Let's do the tiers first.
Alrighty, we were going to have a big poster for this, but the good news that we don't have a poster means we might have a budget for tea time next year.
That's right.
So
Please
smash that rookie. Look at this. They might even give me like a bigger cup next year to be able to fit my margarita. Do you see what we're doing here? This is actually quite
These
fun.
are actually delicious.
They're
Shout out
very
again
good.
to
And Eric once more. Thank you, Eric.
Yeah, listen, just because the setup isn't there doesn't mean the goods aren't good, and they are great. So thank you again to everybody involved with this. But please, look around. It's on your screen, okay? Somewhere on your screen there is a subscribe button. I need you to just feel it out.
Smash it.
Because we need a budget next year. I can't live like this. It's gonna take me forever to finish this delicious mango mush. So let's get to tiers.
Let's get into tiers. We are going to go from our bottom tier teams to our top tier teams. We're not going to do the like whatever the normal tiers are.
Yeah.
I named these tiers, so they're a little interesting. So, at our bottom tier, hope you had fun. This one goes out to Ottawa and Cleveland. You know, you spent a lot of money. I'm sure there were some great times in the road trip. You know, I hope you had fun, because I wouldn't have had fun this season. So, see you next year.
Shout out to Lisa.
Alrighty. Can't wait for the podcast. You know, League City, we've mentioned already plenty of times, they're not going to be here. Every single one of them seemingly has a podcast. I'm not going to listen to any of them. So I can't wait for those to drop. I can't wait for your predictions.
Do hit that subscribe button.
Do hit that subscribe button. Again, once more, a shout out to Visit Howard County, which I am putting New Orleans, Charlotte, and Toronto. You know what? Have a beautiful time in visiting Howard County. You shouldn't be too busy after Saturday. Ben Mertens knows this area so well. He'll tour you. Don't worry about it. It's going to be great. Next, Kansas City. Last team on earth I want to play. I really don't have a joke for them. I would be very scared to play them. Ryan Mejio is a monster and a child.
There are no jokes about that. You're the joke. If you play them and you take them lightly, they're going to make you a joke. Just ask.
I would not want to be playing a team that has literally been beating the crap out of it the whole start of the season and then just got up and was like, okay, who's next?
Yeah, you guys ever heard of these movies, the Rocky franchise? What's great about those is you just watch a guy get punched in the face for like 15 minutes straight. Adrian! And then he wins. And that's
Speaking of Adrian, we're moving on to our next level. Washington and Minneapolis are going to be there. This is good season or massive failure. Both teams are 6-6. Both teams want to make it out of that play-in bracket. I don't know if either of them are. It's going to be a massive failure on their teams if they have been progressing this way for years and are taking a step back, not making the regular bracket. That's a massive failure, but be a big success if they make it. So don't not make it. You know, I was going to say something here to my friends at Detroit, mainly Nicholas Love, who I've mentioned 17 times now. He's living rent free.
He's so
And I really was upset. I was like, why is he so mad at me? And then I look back at all of the predictions. I really did pick against Detroit almost every opportunity I got. So fair enough for the hatred. My tier for Detroit, just have fun. I don't think anyone was giving you the credit you deserved, and that's on us. But what you did this season is massive. Whatever happens, your team should be proud because you've made such big strides from where you were seasons prior. So extremely impressive season. I'm the one that's taken a big L, and I'm owning up to it. No spin zone here. Big L for underestimating the Detroit people. All right, we're going to our top 3 tiers here. Look at the hardware. Austin, Boston. I wouldn't really want to see either of these teams. I don't know if they're going to win it. I don't know if they have the chemistry. I don't know if they have the complete package to get it done. But if anyone's going to get it done, it's going to be the teams with the hardware, with the championship pedigree. And I'm really excited to see what happens with these two teams, especially. Most to prove, San Antonio, New York City. San Antonio has been dubbed the little brother of Austin, and they finally did it. They took the step. They're division champions. You know what division champions are? Regional champions. You know what regional championships mean? 0. I don't care, Maryland. I don't care that you won every single regional. It doesn't matter. You're not even a team anymore. Didn't think Maryland was going to take a shot like that. So, sorry, Harry. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. Little brothers, whatever. New York, you have the best roster in the world. You have the highest expectations for a team that's never won a championship.
The bracket.
So, oh no.
All right, we'll get somebody on that.
This is the live. This is the live.
Right!
We'll get somebody on that. The budget is working on it.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. We'll get more tape. And finally, our top tier, well-oiled machine. I'm going with Chicago. They have looked the best out of anyone this whole year, and their wins are just impressive. Had a tough start of the season against Detroit. They weren't at full strength. I wouldn't want to see them at all.
Yeah, no, I mean, incredibly well said, incredibly well put together, funny, charismatic as usual, Kai. Yeah, I'll start from the top down.
Yeah,
Chicago, for sure, well-oiled machine, and part of it's the way that you do something. It's not just the stats. It's not just winning games that you're mostly supposed to win. The fact that you're building all year, that's what great teams do.
No method of work.
Okay. One, I have a bone to pick with you, potentially. Detroit's placement. There was another team something to prove. Throw them in the something to prove category, right? Why are we letting them off? Right? They got great beaters.
I was mean to them.
All right, well, I'm not gonna let them off.
And
you listen to me.
And
You
just
listen
because
good,
they're
Detroit.
close to Canada does not mean they are from Canada.
No,
so.
but hey, let's give them something to prove. You finished second in your division, and everybody's counting you down for 2 losses in the quarterfinal. Thanks for coming. I don't know. Do something.
I didn't say they were losing in the quarterfinal. You just said that.
Everybody's saying it. Everybody's saying it. I'm just the guy in front of the camera. All right, guys. So let's get it. You got something to prove, Detroit. I'm not saying you're just here for 2 games. Let's see you do something. Show me something from Detroit, because like you said, like another team in that category, New York. And part of the reason they have something to prove is the eye test, the way it's looked, right? So they haven't played through their full depth. Josh Johnson played 3 games in the regular season. Like, you have a feeling they got something up their sleeve. They got a lot of veterans on that squad. You know they're going to make a push, but is this the year they're finally going to get over the hump? My message to Detroit is don't be a speed bump. Don't be like just a stepping stone on their way to finding the hump to see if they'll finally get over it. And then I love the look at the hardware division for obvious reasons, right? I got a little hardware myself, not to brag. But I'm looking forward to that series so much. All right, we got the wrap up for that segment from our producer. Let's do report cards.
Report cards.
And then we'll get into
all right,
interview
take
after
me to
that.
school, Teddy.
All right.
I need it.
Yeah, the guy bragging about math is going to do the report card section. Who would have thought that? So here's how we laid out. Again, please hit the subscribe button. We will get you a nice graphic to look at, but just try to memorize this as I say it. In the East Division, I'll go team by team here. New York, I have it an A-. You won the division. You only had 1 loss. You won the games you were supposed to win. So it's not like I could give you much lower than that. Eye test hurts you. Letting teams hang around hurts you. I think you coached your way out of a sweep in Boston and out of an undefeated season. A-. Boston exceeded expectations. You took a game off of New York. Good job. Most expected you to still finish second. At least I did. But I also think you coached your way out of a series win against New York. That series is a little above. So I got you at an A-. Good, not great season for both of those squads who both look good and both could be in contention this weekend. Washington, B-. I wanted to put you higher, but you went 6-6. So that's kind of an average season. You get kind of an average grade. You get B-, be happy
Pretty
with
normal
it,
average.
right? Like, I mean, to be honest, like you're getting the B- above the C range because of the way you played against Boston, because of the way that you were able to hang around, overcome adversity. I like the way you were able to move pieces around. All that was really impressive. But like, I can't give you credit for wins you didn't get. So just because you look better in Game 3 against Boston, congratulations.
Speaking of wins,
You got a B-.
didn't get credit for. I also credited myself with a win for David Middleton beating. Because I predicted
That's
that.
true. Make that 15
That
wins.
that was loaded in there.
Okay,
I forgot
that's
to
in there.
mention
That's
that.
in there.
Yeah, so.
I'm perfect. Charlotte, C. You're right at the tall point of the curve. You finished where most had you. It's hard to give you a ton for the eye test. I think you're building something, but I can't give you credit for what's going to happen in the future. So I'm looking forward to Charlotte in the future. Overall, you finished about where I most would have expected you. These are all kind of compared to preseason expectations. So even if the expectation during the season went kind of like this, if your expectation was here beginning of the season, you finished here, yes. So congratulations to Charlotte. Ottawa, D. Only reason you're not an F is because I didn't expect anything from you at the beginning of the season, and that's harsh. I'm kind of trying to bait you to like and subscribe. Please reach out. But also I can't be more serious. I didn't expect you to play a close game this year. So how am I going to give you an F for not doing it? So you get a D. All right, let's move on to the North. Chicago, you get an A. Expected you to win the division. The way that you were able to improve, win 11 straight after your first game of the season, which was close while you were shorthanded. The way you play in the half court, maybe this is my personal bias. I have a Chicago bias. I love the way their beaters and chasers play together in the half court. I love the way they try to push. They use their whole roster very well this season. Looking forward to Chicago this season. They get an A. Detroit, you also get an A because your expectations were lower than Chicago's. I wasn't as high on you this season. I thought that was just like Nick Jablonski hype. Like, oh, okay, they're going to be good, whatever. You proved me wrong. You won 10 games, and you clearly separate yourselves as head and shoulders above everybody not named Chicago in your division. Congratulations, you get an A. Go to Toys R Us with your mom. Good job. Minneapolis, I got you at a C. You finished 6-6. What do you want me to do? All right, Ty says give them an F. We're going to change it live, and in person, we're going to change Minneapolis to a C-. You're right. I was expecting more of Minneapolis this season. They didn't meet my expectations. They finished below my expectations. You got a C- Minneapolis. But it could be a massive win this season if you play well this week.
Yep.
All right, Toronto, I have you at a C. My expectations during the season grew after your first few, but like then the day
League City.
they did. Toronto, I wanted you to do well. I really did. You finished 3-9. I had you at 4-8, and it hurts a little bit. You get a C. Congratulations. Cleveland, you get a D-. Again, you get a D- because I was expecting more out of you than Ottawa. So you finished the same as Ottawa. You didn't play a close game. Some improvement, maybe in the future. You're moving in the right direction. D-, not an F. San Antonio, you get an A-. Would be an A. You won your first division title in the hardest division, many are saying, in Major League Quadball. Really well done. Love the way your pieces have come together. You can't beat your big brother. They punked you. You had a chance to put an exclamation point on a great season, and congratulations, you beat all the teams you were supposed to beat, and you couldn't pull that one out. A-. Austin, hold on to your hats here, folks. F.
What?
F.
What?
Gigantic F. The only one on the whole card. How am I going to pick you to go 12-0 and you have 3 losses? And you looked bad during them. You almost started the season, you almost lost to, the Super Series almost went not the way you wanted to go. You end up with 6 wins of the Super Series, but you had a real chance of blowing that first game and starting off in a real hole after losing to the only team from your division that didn't make championships. Because you came out with an attitude problem and thought you could roll the balls out and play. So I'm really looking forward to that Austin-Boston series. I don't think these teams are the same as they were at the beginning of the season. We said it earlier in the season, if you watch, hit that subscribe button. The most dangerous animal is a wounded one. Austin, you got an F. You dug yourself this hole. You're a wounded animal. Boston, I'm looking at you. Do not take them lightly. Smash them, please. All right, here we go. New Orleans. B+. I don't know. They mix
Sorry, you're going from F, Austin, New Orleans.
B+. Fine. This is the expectations bug. You pulled like 9 flags this year. You played well in close games. Not that well, but better than my expectations. You get a B+. Kansas City, A-. I would put you at an A, but you started the season 1-8, right? So you could have made your.
What was their grade after the Super Series?
After the Super Series, it would have been an F or a D, maybe. I don't know. Probably not an F because I didn't have super high expectations for them. But I can't give you an A for finishing 4-8, right? So finishing 3-0 is great and awesome, and you're America's team and all that, yada yada. But like, can't get an A for that. Be happy with your A-, move on and show out this weekend. Last, League City, C. And this one's even sadder than the F. You know why? I know so many of you on League City. I've watched so much League City. I've played with a lot of you people. I played with a lot of you people. And you know what? Y'all, Texans, at the end of the day, you had so much hope and you were right there. And you did exactly
what everyone expected. I believed in you.
Look at this man. Look at what you did to him. He didn't know. He wasn't always like this.
A lot of people did that. It wasn't.
No,
There was
but
a lot
honestly,
before.
League City, like I talked about, it's expectations at the beginning, expectations at the end. You brought us for the ride, and you ended up right where everyone thought you were going to be. And that's tragic and sad. You had a lot of good things. You had Hayden Boys in a great year. Good things to build off of. Hopefully it translates into better next season. And even, like, jokes aside, I wish all the teams the best, this weekend and next season. But that's what I got. League City, you got to see.
And those are your report cards?
Those are your report cards.
You know, I'm a push back. We made the live adjustment mini to C-. I think that's a bit more fair.
I got to push back on Austin. I hate to say it. We got to give him a better grade. I mean, I know you've heard me trash on Jackson this whole entire season, and it's rightfully so. He's beating, by the way.
Scoop!
Scoop!
We got a scoop right here.
Anyway, regardless of what Jackson is doing, they came into a series where the division was already gone, but they basically needed to make a point. You were right. They were underwhelming this entire season. Was it an ugly game? Series? Yes. Did it look sloppy? No, but that's South Quidditch, baby. It's ugly, and it's going to get messy. And you know what? Austin won 3-0, and I don't really care that they lost to League City. They're not here. So I care about who's here.
That's
and
how you get
3-0
That's how you get
against
an
the
F.
people that are there.
Defending champion, and you lost to a team that's not here this week.
That's
how you get an F.
Yeah, but are they here, and did they beat the 1 seed?
Yeah, I guess they won 2-1 against their little brother.
I don't know. I'm not saying we give them like a passing grade. They
Ty, if
C-.
you've been a defending national champion.
Yes.
Multiple times.
Multiple.
Congratulations. If you had 3 losses the next year, would you think that was a...
I'd probably be hosting tea time.
You give yourself an F.
Yeah.
We hold people to high expectations around here. You get it now.
You know, while we're here, Teddy, I just want to thank Howard County once again. Visit Howard County. Eric, thank you once more.
Thank you, Eric.
And these beautiful margaritas from Saluna something tequila bar.
Saluna Cucina.
I'm too old.
Yeah, I get it.
You lived in BC for a bit. You know
As you know.
Tex-Mex a lot more than
As we know,
I
yes.
Let's move on. You know, we had a budget for a human easel, and it turned into an interview, so we would like to call up Ryan Davis right now to the stage for our first interview. Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Pleasure.
Little peek behind the curtain for everyone. We were bragging about these interviews that we had.
Yeah,
Teddy and I were so happy about it. Everyone ditched. We had everyone confirmed at one point. These weren't lies. These weren't dreams of grandeur. It didn't happen.
We should have checked flight plans.
Probably.
I do have a loud mouth.
Yeah.
That's why I'm here.
We're excited.
So yeah, thank you.
But Ryan,
for
thank you so
coming,
much for
Ryan.
coming.
It was the budget, right?
Yeah,
It was the budget,
budget
yeah.
cuts.
I mean,
Budget
see
cuts.
yourself.
And to be honest, you were always my first choice. Thank you.
I'm flattered.
Mine was better.
Unavailable. The dodgeball thing.
Something about dodgeball.
All right. So, how do you feel this weekend?
I feel pretty good. I think we're in a good spot. We made all the adjustments that we had to make. So I think we're in a really good spot for the weekend.
And by adjustments, do you mean like healing yourselves? Because it seems like the team has been a bit dinged up. There's been some key absences. Obviously, some. I believe you were helping at another series or had a wedding or something.
Yep.
That's
Work,
life.
but,
That's,
happens.
that's life. That's how things happen. But Celin's rostered.
Yep.
MY's back on the roster. It looks.
Joe's back on the roster.
Joe's on roster.
This is the first series, or I guess first tournament of the year, with full roster, which is very exciting.
Going into your game against Toronto. How are you feeling? You've been kind of all over the place with where you're actually playing this season.
Yeah.
You've kind of done a little bit of everything in your few games that you've played.
Yep.
Because you haven't been everything. What are you expecting? Are you going to say anything? I don't want to give away the strategy.
Well, so before every game, Cody and I actually reach into a hat, and we just pull out a position, and that's where I started. And we just go there, and then we make adjustments on the fly. 5 minutes goes by, reach into the hat, another tag. Boston was pretty rough because I kept pulling beater, and Max kept cooking me. It was pretty bad.
Max does cook. Well, it's actually baking for you.
Sure, yeah, same thing.
Professional baker.
So Ryan, getting into a little bit more of the heavy-handed questions. Going into this fall, well, let's go back. This summer, you've rejoined your teammates after a long USQ summer away in New York. Are you able to look your teammates in the eye going into this fall season where you're going to be abandoning them once more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good.
I've already told most of them. I think most of them saw it coming.
And the rest are learning right now?
And the rest are learning right now. So if you're on the Aviators and you were
As long as
expecting anything else,
As long as they
Running
smash
it
that
back.
subscribe button.
yeah, if you have subscribed, you will know where I am playing in the fall.
Okay, other things I like to talk about. Ryan, uniforms. Not thrilled with New York's uniforms. I think Charlotte might have the best new alternate uniform. Those shorts are slick.
Oh, the blue uniforms?
Yes.
The blue uniforms are back by popular demand because when we had them the first year, we had the blue shorts, and we had the blue shorts taken from us for our second year, and we have finally demanded that they come back, and we are all very pleased that the blue shorts are back.
That's where our budget.
Hey, listen, I get it. You got to put the money on the table. This is a growing league, right? Like
It's tough.
It's their time. It's not our time anymore. Time to watch it.
And that's fair. So Ryan, let's go into this alternate reality where Charlotte didn't make it, and you are completely unbiased because obviously you know Charlotte's going the whole way this week.
Oh, we're winning the entire
And you
thing.
don't need to tell us that, but
Guaranteed.
just say, let's say League City showed up. We know they wouldn't. What would you think the likely outcomes of this tournament would be? Obviously, with Charlotte not winning.
Yeah, I mean, if Charlotte's not winning, if I have to look back at the bracket here,
Luckily, the wrong one fell. The wrong
Right,
one
so-
fell. So.
I mean, I knew y'all's budget was low, but this is just getting kind of sad.
I'll do two turns.
Please,
I'll get this.
Please, the subscribe.
I like that. I like San Antonio for a sneaky run. I think they have all the pieces they need. And if I had to pick a play-in team, kind of just as you almost said, that Kansas City team is scary. I feel like that Kansas City team has been one goal away from winning against basically every team in the South Division. And we know the South Division plays close with a lot of the teams across the East and across the North. And if they're there and all the kind of pieces start clicking together, I think they're a very good team for it.
That's great. Now, Ryan, you've been a part of this league for quite a while. There's been some recent rule changes happening. How do you think it's affected the sport? Where do you see it going? And how do you feel this season's gone, just seeing from the league change as a whole?
I think we're continually trending in the right direction through small changes piece by piece. I think MLQ has tried to do things as small as possible over as many seasons as they can. I think that's been really good for continuity, and I think we've watched teams actually get better, which I think has been the most interesting part of our watching kind of more.
Are you associated with like rules type of thing?
Not at all, actually. I have nothing to do with the rules.
Was that I'm asking?
It's a bit. It's a bit.
That's what. No, yeah, I do.
Okay, I was gonna say, do you have any rules you'd like to advocate for on this platform live and uncensored?
Oh, advocating the rule.
You can say no.
The feed will go dead if you keep talking.
The person behind the curtain has said that I'm not allowed to comment on any rule changes for this.
We've all been censored.
If you'd like to have your voice heard,
Smash that subscribe button.
please. Amazing. All right, cool. I would like to say thank you for the work that you do.
Hey, I do like it.
And you know, while we're here, thank you to Eric and Visit Howard County and just all of Howard County in general. And salute up to Cuba.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Big thanks.
Yes,
Big
the
thanks.
audience here is loving it. Just to jump in on your interview with Ryan, if you don't mind. I got one question for you.
Okay.
You mentioned you played a lot of positions
Sure.
this year. Do you have any tips for younger players or players kind of in an in-between spot on the roster that might be in a utility spot, trying to fight for time on very competitive rosters to make, on how to stay prepared at multiple positions, the mindset that you carry into practice and as you prepare?
Yeah, I mean, one is just try to get as many reps as you can at practice at every position, right? There's always a ton of subs going here and going there. You're going to practice how you play. So if you don't practice good reps, then you won't play troops. The second is just be as conditioned as humanly possible. If you are in shape and can run and can play the entire game, the chances of you getting more minutes when people are tired always goes up if the coaching staff knows that you're always rearing and ready to go.
I got one more.
Go for it. I got nothing.
Flag runner you're looking forward to facing this weekend if you end up in the CP.
Yeah, if I end up in the seeding game, well, I feel like I'm forced to call out your co-host, Tyler.
Wow, please, this is what we're
Because
here
I for. allegedly heard that Tyler is going to be doing some flag runners.
I will be appearing as a flag runner,
Yes.
mainly to avoid as many whipped cream pies that Teddy has provided.
That's right.
I thought it was for the budget.
Budget?
I thought you were getting paid.
I have to give my hard-earned
Yeah.
money back. Oh man,
We gotta
man.
earn.
No,
We
that's
gotta
fair.
earn our
We'll have to
budget.
talk.
But the other one would have to be Matt Cooper. Matt Cooper and I have had many duels over the years, ranging from USQ to MLQ to IQA. I absolutely love Matt as a competitor. He's one of my favorite matchups. He's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Awesome. Anything else, Ty?
That's all I got, Ryan. Thank you so much for
Yep, anytime.
stopping
Glad to
by.
be here.
We'll be
Thanks
sure
for having
to have you back up when these fall
you know,
again.
he's
Thank
still
you.
back. Here, I'll give him a little press down.
Give it a little press down because we're getting
They
to.
just do everything, folks. They do everything. They sell popcorn after too. Thank you,
I
Ryan.
think all my popcorn.
it's a secret spot.
It's a secret stand.
Thank you, Ryan. Good luck this weekend. All right, Ty, what do we got?
We're, I think, moving on to what everyone's been waiting for, the predictions.
Can I circle back on one thing?
Please do.
All right, one thing really quick. Said with very little explanation. Here's the challenge for this weekend. Come find me and debate if you'd like. I put together coaching staff of the year, rookie of the year for all
Okay.
3 divisions. This means divisions, I guess. This is what this means in my head. And MVPs for each division.
Go for it.
I'm just gonna go east, north, south. Coach of the year. I had the Boston coaching staff. I think they did a great job. I said I wasn't gonna explain it. Chicago in the north, San Antonio in the south. Rookie of the year. Ethan Dillon had a great season for Boston. Adam Thompson out of Cleveland, and Ryan Nahio in the south for Kansas City. And MVPs, I like John Jackson out of New York, the straw that stirs the drink. Leo Freed in the north, and Melena Souza in the south. Come ask me about that one. She had a fantastic year.
He made a
Absolutely.
chart.
I got
and
a-
it is crazy.
I got a John Boys looking chart that has Melena Souza alone among South beaters this year. So check it out. All right, Ty, let's get to predictions.
It's like quite horrifying. I saw it.
It's nice.
Far away. All right, prediction time. Teddy, we are going to our play-in bracket to
That's
start.
right.
Would you like to begin? How would you like to do this? We actually really haven't planned this.
We haven't planned this because of the budget. So please subscribe.
Let's go talk to start. Do you want me to write for everyone?
Yeah, you write for everyone. Ty's the writer. He's left-handed, so that'll be
This
easy.
actually works, yeah.
All right, here we
Okay,
go.
Teddy. Our first game of the day. Toronto, Charlotte. Who you got?
Charlotte.
You know, great minds think alike because I also agree with Ted.
All right.
That's not the right abbreviation, but we're just gonna roll with it for right now. Next game of the day: Kansas City versus Washington. Who you got, Ted?
Give me Kansas City. Give me Kansas City.
You
That's
know,
a bad team right now. I don't want to face them.
I really hate to do this to Washington and the viewers because like changing things up is fun, but I also have Kansas City in the first round.
All right.
We are going on to our next round. We have New Orleans versus Charlotte.
Give me New Orleans.
Nola. You know, Teddy, I think we're going to finally have our first disagreement of it. We're going to go with Charlotte. Right. This time. Who you got? Minneapolis, Kansas City.
Give me Kansas City.
Kansas City. Moving on. We got Kansas City versus Minneapolis for me. I'm also going Kansas City. Teddy, Kansas City versus New Orleans. Who you got?
Just like the regular season, give me New Orleans. Yeah, we got some oohs and ahs from the crowd. The electricity in the building right now, you can feel it.
You know, Teddy, I'm sticking with this hot team right now. I'm going Kansas City to win the bracket.
How about that?
Now we're going into, oh God, I have to write them.
I got you.
Oh no, Teddy.
All right, so I know how it looks for me. So you got Toronto on my side. You got Toronto, Washington. Let's hope this is right. This is live and in person right now. All right. Give me Washington.
So that means I have the same thing since we did the same thing. Yeah, so. Yes, and I'm changing the things.
That's right. We're keeping keeping people on their toes.
Keeping everyone ready for it.
All
If we had a budget and someone to do this, we would have been fine.
Underneath Toronto and Washington, for me, I think that's Charlotte and Minneapolis. Hoping that this is right. That's right. We're all hoping.
It's like MLPSLYL and MLPQRS.
Please give me MPLS for Minneapolis. Thank you very much.
Now I have teams. New Orleans.
And
Minneapolis.
we have Minneapolis.
Yeah.
We have Minneapolis.
The crowd goes wild. And yes, I have. And then, oh, wow.
That's all right. Please, guys.
The budget.
The budget. Please.
I haven't had dinner and I'm half a
Thank you.
margarita.
They're begging for a subscription. All right, Ty at the top. Give me DC, Washington.
Woo!
WAS, how
Yeah.
do you want to do it? All right, perfect.
Oh, wow. I
I've
also
got
have
nothing.
DC. And
Good
then I
answer.
have.
And then I have Kansas City as the last spot, 9. And you have the loser,
Charlotte.
Give me Kansas City, making it through the championship bracket from mine.
Boo!
Thank you.
You're
Thank you.
welcome.
See, it's electric out here.
Yeah,
the Blues
Tyler.
are raining down.
Yeah, Tyler. Good answer. Good answer, Tyler.
Getting in there eventually.
So, do we want to break any of this down before I get right back up there again? And
Do you want me to do the next one? It's only fair. Not as tall, but
You're probably have better handle.
we'll see. Only thing I'd like to break down from mine, I got 4 South teams in the quarterfinals, which is great and a good indicator of how hard the South played all year.
go give them an F on your report card and get a.
Oh, I will. All right.
I'll talk about the South. You don't even believe.
That's right, I don't. There's not that many bigger South haters than me. All right. We'll start with the timer. So, San Antonio, actually, we'll start with the move. So, San Antonio gets Kansas City. Is that big enough? Over that? All right. And Chicago is going to get New Orleans. For Tyler, it looks like San Antonio is going to get Washington.
I'll take San Antonio.
And we're going to advance right past that. And then you got Kansas City on the Chicago.
Oh, you didn't say your pick yet. You were just wrong.
I was just writing it in. Is that right? I looked to the crowd. Okay, we're going to find out. I also have
Ethan Sturm is furious right now.
Oh, man. He's actually my dentist, so the last time he was furious was 4 months ago.
How many cavities did you?
None, but I do need a baby tooth pulled out.
Oh yeah, we learned that on Tea Time.
That's right. Smash the subscribe button if you want to learn this kind of exclusive content. Please. All right, Ty, let's head over to the Chicago, Kansas City for you. Who you got?
You know, I love the run Kansas City's been on, but it's time for it to come to an end. Let's go Chicago.
It's grueling to make it out of the Saturday bracket.
It's hell.
It's absolutely brutal to do that and then play at 1 seed next. All right, on the Chicago side, I also have Chicago. So we're in agreement there. Down here, Detroit, New York. A prove it series for both teams. What you looking at?
Me, you know, prove me wrong, Detroit. I've been doing it all season long, but New York has the best roster at this tournament. If they do not win this whole thing, it is a shame.
Wow.
So I'm going New York.
Wow. I would say New York has a top 2 roster at this tournament, and a lot more experience. Give me New York. Detroit, let's see if you can string some years together. New York is the hump you have to get over. Good luck. Prove me wrong. All right, Ty, let's head down here to the most exciting series of the quarterfinals. This is what I'm predicting it to be. Who you got?
It's gonna be the most exciting series of the tournament for all we know. Give me Austin.
Ouch!
I don't like to do it.
Ouch! I
don't like to
finally
do it.
enunciated.
It's for
Give me
motivation.
Boston, please give me Boston. I like that we disagree about this. One of us will be holding it out. Come find us to remind us. It's your duty, really. As somebody who's watching this right now, you have to. So thank you. All right, Ty. Let's see it. Final four. San Antonio, New York. Who you got?
You know, I gotta go New York.
Yeah. I have to too. New York is a better team. San Antonio did a great job of winning the games they were supposed to. I guess New York kind of did too, but this is a game I expect New York to win. All right, Ty, other side, you got Chicago and Austin. Should be a juicy series. Rematch from last year's final.
I got Chicago getting the better end this time. I'm going Chicago.
Tyler has Chicago as a potential team of destiny. I really want to pick Boston in this one. Consider this motivation, but give me Chicago.
Teddy, we are setting our friends up for success because they can be mad at me round one and then mad at you round two. Boom, they're in the finals.
That's right. Anger fuels championships, as we both know.
Spin zone, baby.
Baby. All right, Ty, who you got? Win the whole thing.
You know, I said it. I think my first take of the year was this is New York's to lose. So don't lose. You'll be in trouble.
You heard it first here on Tea Time. Tyler Trudeau specifically is thinking New York to win the 2024 Major League Quadball Championship. I'm picking Chicago. I think they have been a powerhouse all year. I think they continue to get better. I think this will be an excellent opportunity for the North Division. And they're just playing at a really high level. USQ, MLQ, all around, all the way through the roster. Give me Chicago for this one.
I mean, that is.
There it is. Screenshot that. Oh, nice. Symmetry. Da-da-da-da.
Oh. Well, Ted. You know, they've asked us to have more than 10 minutes for quite a while. I'd say we're doing pretty good for our first untimed, uncut, uncensored.
Yeah, I'd like to see them say this took too long, and by that I mean I would not like to see them say this took too long. But I think we're doing pretty good.
We're doing pretty good. Let's wrap things up here. Just kind of talking about plans for next season or so. We have a lot of good plans coming up for off-season content. We might be doing some Ask Us Anythings, Teddy and I. Dreams of grandeur of having Teddy and I play 18 holes of golf or just silly content. I'm in the middle of teaching myself how to play golf, and Teddy works in golf.
I work in golf and I play terribly, so if you need a connection, just let me know. I know where to get you stuff.
I work in retirement communities, so if your grandparents are old.
So you work in golf too then?
Yeah, I guess a little bit. And honestly, part of the reason why I got into golf was usually getting with the crowd. So here we are. But Teddy, you know, I just want to thank you so much for deciding to do this with me. I was asked earlier in the season, like, hey, would you be interested in doing this? I'm like, not if I really have to do any work. And they were like, what if we get like Teddy to do all the work for you? And I just truly want to thank you for all the, like, this Google Excel spread that he's been creating all year long. It is just insane. It looks like a crazy person did it because a crazy person did do it, but the amount of effort, detail, and time and attention you put into this show has made it so much better for me, Rose, all the people who are watching, and all that are going to smash that subscribe button after they watch this live. So it's been amazing to do this with you, especially being former teammates, inaugural MLQ champions. Sorry, Zagelbaum. But it's just been the best to be able to do this and still be a part of the sport.
Yeah, no, it's been great to be a part of it. There's no way I could thank you as well as you thank me. So I'm really mad that you got more series right than me. I did all that work, and this is what I get. No, I'm just kidding. Ty, thanks, bud. It's been great. Hopefully we get to keep doing it. I was going to wrap up this segment just talking about we expect some weather this weekend. There's weather every weekend. Everybody's got to play in it. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. Might not be good this weekend. Do you have any memories from that 2016 Mud Bowl Boston Championship?
That was one of the wildest days of quadball ever. Talk about, I know we had a whole rant about how we don't let weather affect us, but when you're playing the start of a game for 5 minutes, then you're delayed 45 minutes, and then you're going back out to play, and then, oh, nope, another lightning strike, and you have to stop. That was basically the tournament. Gabe Garces was also in his prime at that point, so it's like, oh, you want to be on time? Haha, sorry. And I remember just so much mud. I remember so much gold as well.
That's right.
I think we ended up winning that one.
Yep, you're certainly right, we did.
And that was the first one in actually League City.
That was in League City. That was a great tournament.
Great
Very well
hotel.
done. Like, well done by the league as well. Like, that could have been a disaster. It ended up being a great weekend for everybody that participated. It was an absolute mud bowl. Shout out to Boston coach Harry Greenhouse for a quick pull on Gabe Garces. Got us a ton of rest while Austin played a marathon game with the host city, League City.
That was
in front of their home fans. That was amazing.
Yeah, I was getting annoyed with Gabe. I was like, this is great for us. And then like 3 hours in,
And
I'm just
he
like,
just
can we please just play these games?
We got wet cleats inside, soaking wet.
It is.
And then 2-0. We do what we do.
We do what we do fast. Let's not talk about 2017 in the same location.
I wasn't even gonna ask.
Nearly as
Wasn't
fun.
even gonna ask. But the point of this is, right, like, whether it's your first MLQ championship, whether it's your last MLQ championship, whether you have no idea if you'll ever be here again, like, be in the moment, be with your teammates, appreciate the journey you took to get here. Like, don't be resentful for waiting for a rental car or your room to get ready or whatever. Like,
But there's no AC in said rental
there's
car.
no AC in said rental car. Like, these are moments you're never gonna get back. Make the most of them, enjoy them. It's certainly something, like, I wouldn't be here today doing this with all these people, knowing all these people, having these connections across, like, literally generations of people. It's amazing, and so I wish you all the best. I wish I was playing until I would get hurt, and then I don't. Hopefully everybody has a safe, competitive, angry, and most importantly fun MLQ championship this weekend at beautiful Howard County. Thank you again to Eric.
Thanks to Eric.
Thank you again
Thanks
to Saluna Cochina Tequila Bar.
Visit Howard County.
Thank you to the crowd. Can we get it one more time?
Yeah,
for the
let's hear it for our crowd. Let's go.
Absolutely. Hanging out. Thank you guys so much. And Ty, I don't have anything else.
Well, guys, I'm just so happy to be here and just been a part of this. I feel so blessed that I got to be a part of this season. So blessed that we're back in Howard County because I'm only a half hour away from here. Maybe might have a little guilt of not playing this season, but Teddy, there's always just a few months from now where we play all new games. And I'm here to announce that I am so thrilled to be joining my Bosnian Bear Sharks once again for another season. Teddy Costa making his grand return to the Bosnian Bear Sharks. He's taking Tessa Mullins from the New York Titans and Boston Pandas with him as well. We're also getting JJ, yes, the JJ. He just won one for Chicago. He's coming to the Boston, New York, Baltimore area to win a championship. You know who's coming with him? Emma Persons. Going to BU, actually living in Boston. That's going to be great. Nothing is stopping the Bear Sharks. You thought this was an MLQ? No! This is a Boston sports podcast based around the Bosnian Bear Sharks. That is the T because Tyler and Teddy said so.
Well done.